To get started. So, last minute wedding planning tips.
Let's do it.
Okay. Marriage license, go. Where should you get it?
So this all depends on where you get married. But you're gonna get it in the county that you're getting married in.
Okay. And so it's not even
at the courthouse.
It doesn't even vary state by state. It varies county by county.
So in North Carolina, you can get it in any of the counties.
Okay.
I don't know how that is in all the states, so I don't want to comment on that.
Right.
I would make sure
no comment.
No comment.
No comment. Okay.
I would make sure that if you Google it, you will find the information about your state. Maybe we can link to it for our states in our show notes.
You want to link to Google?
No, not to Google.
I think that
to how to get the marriage license. We're gonna link to how to get the marriage license. So
I think that would help Google's SEO ranking if we link to them.
Okay,
don't you?
Probably.
Yeah, I think Google could probably use the help.
No, you're gonna get it at your at your local courthouse. Is where you're gonna go to get it.
Okay. So
I feel like you don't like my answer, but that's
no. I'm good with it. I'm
right.
good with it. It's a super sexy topic.
All right, next.
Okay. What do you need? Go.
To get your marriage license?
Yes. Those are finger guns for those of you who are not watching on video.
Which is a real mistake because you would have seen Ryan's finger guns. Okay, well, where do I get it?
No, you get it at the courthouse, obviously. You just told us that. What do you need?
Oh, what do you need? Okay. So this all depends also on where you're getting married. But typically you'll need at least 1 to 2 proofs of ID. So
Okay.
like your license and your passport, maybe social security card. Sometimes you need that. If you haven't married before, you'll need your proof of divorce. And usually those are the requirements. You will typically have to pay a fee. So you'll need a credit card as well.
That makes sense. So, who is in charge on wedding day of the marriage license? Obviously, if you're the planner, you're in charge.
Obviously.
Or if it's just a casual Tuesday in the Roberts household.
That's right.
But who's in charge of the marriage license on wedding day?
So you need to appoint, typically it's your officiant. I will say that typically your officiant is in charge of your marriage license. It is their responsibility to get it signed and sent off after the wedding. I know here in Charlotte, after 10 days, you get like a massive fee if you don't mail it. So I'm like a stickler. Like, okay, you're going to mail that, right? Like you're 100% sure you're going to mail that. Now, the point where it gets kind of weird is if you have like someone who's officiating who's like a friend or like a family member who maybe like you love and they're going to give an awesome ceremony for you, but maybe they're not the most responsible person. So in that case, you need to make someone else in charge. So whoever's in charge on your day, whether that's your planner or your coordinator or your friend, whoever's in charge that day, should make sure that the marriage license gets signed after the ceremony comes to an end and then goes to the appropriate person who's going to mail it off for you.
Got it.
Whoever that may be.
That there needs to be a designated person in charge of the marriage certificate.
Yes, this is super important. This is what makes it legal that you are married. So it's something that people actually do forget, but don't forget it because it's like very, very important.
Yeah.
You need to sign that.
Yeah.
And who signs it also depends. Like in North Carolina, the couple doesn't sign it, which is super weird. In New York, yeah. In New York, we signed it.
Yep.
In South Carolina, the couple signs it. But in North Carolina, it's just the...
so you could just go and like sign people up to be married? Just randomly?
Well, they sign when they get their marriage license, when they go down to the courthouse and get it. But
Gotcha.
then on wedding day, they don't sign
then
it.
That's just smart. They're cutting out extra steps.
Well, it's 2 witnesses that sign and the officiant who sign in North Carolina.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in North Carolina, you can get your marriage license, within 60 days of wedding day. Some states, you have a waiting period. So make sure you look into that. Like North Carolina, you can get it the day before your wedding. No big deal. But some places make you get it maybe like a week before or something like that. So make sure I would say you're going to want to start thinking about your marriage license about 2 months before wedding day. You want to look into what your requirements are, where you go. Like you're probably going to have to go during work hours, which is obviously not super convenient.
Right.
So make sure you pay attention to those things.
So obviously bustld itself is in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia as of today in 2019. But we have listeners in Ireland. What advice would you give them on where to get their marriage license? Go.
Well, that's a hard one.
That's toughie, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you're really throwing me a curveball that I
trying
don't know the answer to.
Okay.
I'll have to get back to you. If you're listening from Ireland, email us.
And thank you.
And thank you. Email us at podcast@bustld.com, and I will get back to you on that.
Yeah.
I will look into it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know the answer.
You're welcome, Ireland.
I'm stumped.
Yeah. You got a free question with a planner. So what happens afterward with the marriage license? It sounds like the officiant mails it off
Yeah.
within 10 days,
Yeah.
or you get a nasty gram from Sammy, or in the state of
the state of North Carolina. I won't know.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can mail it off, or some couples choose to just drop it off because they are just like don't want to deal with the stress of it being mailed, and
Makes
I
sense.
don't blame them.
Yep.
So you can also just drop it back off wherever you got it. And then it's typically processed. Depends on how long it's processed, but maybe give it a couple of weeks. And then you'll get the certificate in the mail, and then you can start changing your name.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.